ranks and finally got elected. My first year in office, unfortunately, I had to see the New York SAFE Act, the Unsafe Act. And it was then that I realized that this is why I was elected. The Albany County Legislature, as you know, it's a very liberal group of 39 legislators. Getting them to ask Albany County to repeal the SAFE Act is probably an act of God. With the grassroots movement, about 100 individuals, we went into Albany. I drafted a proclamation to repeal the New York SAFE Act, circulated it in Albany County, and the chairman tried to shut us down. And he kept hitting that gavel, saying we didn't have our turn to speak, and that this was not appropriate for Albany County. We rushed that government. We took over the legislature, and everybody spoke, all 100 of those citizen patriots. And we got our proclamation circulated and signed. It was that day in Albany County we took our government back. We need to do that on a bigger scale now. We have representatives in the Assembly, in the New York State Senate, that are not allowing you to have a voice. Your elected officials are your vehicle. They are the people, the conduit, that is supposed to be representing your interests. If they're not representing your interests, you need to force them. We have an effort going on May 21st. We're taking the New York State Senate and Assembly back. And the way we got to do it is many of you have worked very hard to get all kinds of cards signed, to let those elected officials know. Millions of cards are coming from across New York State, and they're going to be hitting those chambers. People are going to be marching May 21st from the rally into the government. They demand to be heard. You cannot shut the people down. I want to know who in the New York State Senate is going to be there for us. Not many. Not one of them. But I will tell you this, in the New York State Assembly, as we face Shelley Silver, as he presides, we've got many Republican assemblymen that bit the bullet, did the right thing, and said the SAFE Act is unconstitutional, and we're going to stand against these liberals and these unconstitutional-minded individuals that don't deserve to live in this country. You know, I want to tell you how important May 21st is. When we look at our history, we've had many people die here under the U.S. flag. And it was that death that gave us the courage to support this country and to recognize we are the freest nation in this world because we have the right to bear arms. Our government was crafted to be accountable to the people, not the people subservient to the government. That was worth dying for. What we have today is an absolute sin. This New York SAFE Act is a byproduct of the U.S. Arms Treaty that we're looking at in the United Nations. I want to know how many of our armed enlisted, those in the armed forces, realize that when they enlist, they are no longer serving the United States of America, but they are darning a baby blue helmet under the auspices of the United Nations. That's wrong. I'm not dying for the UN, and neither are my children or anybody else that I represent. When we go into conflict, it is to protect our freedom only. That is why we need to band together and repeal the SAFE Act. Once they take away our ability to protect ourselves and support the Constitution of the United States, we have nothing here to fight for anymore. So I'm asking every single one of you on May 21st to go let the Senate know you don't care if they want to arrest you for being a citizen wanting to exert their voice through a lackluster politician you elected. It's time now they listen to us. Take your government back like we did in Albany County. Move them aside, make them do the work of the people, and then vote them out. Thank you. God bless America and New York State.